Hello students. So today we have a literature lesson lined up for you, that is chapter number 8, Tansen. Since ancient times, music has been given a special place in the Indian society. Indian classical music enriched with numerous musicians who were able to create different sounds and rags. One such musician was the legendary Tansen. He lived during Akbar's time. So the story is about Tansen, one of the greatest musicians of all the times. We only create the sound of rain, but it is said that when Tansen sang, fires would light and the cloud would shed rain. In a village near Gwalior in India, there lived a wealthy poet called Mukund Mishra. So he lived with his wife. So here wealth means a very rich poet. He used to write poetry. They had a son named Tansen. So what was the name of the son? Tansen. As he grew up, his father employed teachers to teach him to read and write. But he was more interested in going to the nearby forest with his friends, where he would copy animal and bird sounds. So Tansen was always interested in singing the bird and animal sounds. One day, a group of singers was passing through the forest. Tansen hid himself behind a bush and roared like a tiger to afraid the singers. So here, hid is the past tense of hide, and roar means to make a loud noise. So the group leader was a famous music teacher named Sri Haridas. He praised his powerful roar and motivated him. And when he was motivated, he made more sounds of animal and birds. The leader was impressed by Tansen's performance. He made Tansen as his disciple. Disciple means student. So Tansen learned music for almost 10 years under Sri Haridas. So after being student under Sri Haridas, Tansen trained for 3 years under the famous saint musician Mohammad Ghaus. A few years later, Tansen became the royal musician at the court of King Ramchandra of Rewa, and he was being known by many people. So, hearing about his talent, Emperor Akbar requested King Ramchandra to send Tansen to his court. Akbar was so impressed by Tansen's music that he bestowed on him the highest honor of the land. Emperor Akbar included Tansen among his Navratnas, that means 9 jewels. So, students, he became the 9 jewels of the royal court. He said to Tansen that I am sure that no one can sing better than you. But he replied, my guru has better voice than me. So, Akbar and Tansen went to Vrindavan, where Sri Haridas lived. Akbar was impressed by Sri Haridas' voice and asked Tansen, "What is the secret behind your Guru's beautiful voice?" Tansen smiled and replied, "I sing for the Badshah of Delhi. My Guru sings for the Badshah of the universe." Besides performing at the court, Tansen would often sing rags to make calm the emperor at night. In the morning, Tansen sang special rags that would gently awaken the emperor. It is said when Tansen sang, birds and animals would gather to hear him. So Akbar grew fonder of Tansen. That means he started liking Tansen. So some courtiers were jealous of emperor's high regard for Tansen. So they began plotting against Tansen and his his told the emperor to command Tansen to sing the Deepak Rag. Deepak Rag was one of the most difficult rags to sing. So this rag can cause so much heat that it not only light the lamps but can burn the singer's body too. Tansen was aware that if singing the Deepak Rag was dangerous, but he also knew that if the Megh Rag, which brings rain, could be sung at the same time, he would be saved from the fury of fire. So here fury means violent anger. So Tansen thought worriedly, how can he sing both the rags at the same time? Suddenly, he thought of an idea. Rupa, the most devoted student of Sri Haridas, could sing with him. So, with the permission of Haridas, Rupa agreed to sing. Tansen used the 15 days preparation time granted by Akbar to train Rupa. So, on the day of the performance, the court was packed with courtiers and royal guests. Lamps were placed on the walls. As Tansen sang, the surrounding air got warmer and warmer. The audience felt the heat. So it is said that the leaves and the flowers in the garden dried and fell to the ground. Water in the fountain began to boil. Birds flew away to escape. The lamps lit up. Flames appeared in the air. People fled from the court in the fear. Tansen's body became hot and feverish, but he continued to sing. Seeing Tansen in this state, Rupa began singing Megh Rag. As her voice increased, the sky became dark and rain came pouring down. People praises Tansen's talent. Tansen sang and taught in Emperor Akbar's court for many years. Tansen's music has lived on and been passed on from guru to student. So every year in Gwalior, a music festival is held near Tansen's tomb. Tomb means graveyard. So musicians come here from all over India to perform and pay respect to Tansen. So students, this finishes our story. So the purpose of this chapter is information. You got information about Tansen and the genre is biographical story. So students, what you have to do? You have to read the chapter and underline the new words and find out the meanings and try to use those words in your daily life. So that's all for today. Thank you, students.